Hey guys, this is Bruce, and welcome to ConvoCourses. I'm going to answer some security questions. Haven't done this very often. I figured since I'm about to hit 3,000 on this channel, which is pretty cool, I'm going to go ahead and do something a little bit different, where I answer some of the questions that live. So, and then if you happen to chime in, then I'll answer your questions too. But let's start from the top. I got a question 2 days ago from Platinum Heritage. He says, "Hey Bruce, I need your guidance. Just passed the Comptia Security Plus exam with a high school diploma and currently having challenges getting a job. Someone advised me to get a CISSP to widen my opportunities to get a job. What's your advice? Thanks." Okay, Platinum, I hope you see this at some point. I'm just going to tell you what I would do in your situation. First of all, congratulations on Security Plus. Security Plus is an awesome certification. It was one of my first certifications, and it gave me a lot of great opportunities. You've got a few options that you could do. What I would do if I was in your shoes, if I wanted a job very quickly, I would go ahead and you should be able to get a job with Security Plus. Now, it's not going to be, you don't have a degree, it sounds like you don't have experience, you're not going to get a super high level job. I'm going to be honest with you. But you could do, I've heard of jobs with no experience and no, because what they'll do is some jobs have on the job training, and they're willing to just take you in under their wing and like teach you on the job. So if that's the way you want to go, as far as getting the CISSP is awesome. However, if you have no experience, it's going to be even if you get it, it's going to be extremely empty certification to get without experience. As a matter of fact, they require that you have, I don't know, 3 to 5 years of experience, something like, I can't remember what it is, but it's like 3 or 5 years of experience, and depends on whether or not you have a degree. So if I was you, there's two options. Okay, so if I were you and I just wanted to get a certification, build out my resume, then I would go to school. Go to school, log into go to a community college and get like an associate's degree in CyberSecurity. That'll help you out, and then go for the CISSP. If you want to just go straight for a job, if I was in your position, you can find one, man. And let me just give you an example of how you can go ahead and find one. If you just I'm on Indeed.com. This is what you can do. You just go to Security Plus, type in Security Plus, and so look at this. Upscale security officer. A lot of these require more things than just a diploma and a certification. Like, let me give you an example here. This one requires, you usually have the requirements in here somewhere. Let's see, looking for, no, they don't have any. I'm not seeing any. All I see is a Security Plus, unless I'm missing something. There are jobs, man, that all you need is a Security Plus, because the company is just trying to check a box. And once you get in, even if you have no experience, they'll teach you. And like I said, it's not going to pay a lot. Like, this one's $11 an hour, man. That's like minimum wage or something in some states. This one's in Colorado Springs, and this is keying on Colorado because that's where I am. But if you type in Security Plus in it'll find a place in your location. Of course, you can go ahead and change whatever location you're in to match where you want to go. Now, if you're willing to travel or willing to go to another state, man, you should have no problem getting a job, man. Then it's just a matter of you updating your resume to reflect what you currently have. So that's what I would do. I would go to Indeed.com, polish up your resume, and if you're interested in like how to actually do that, I've got a course on how to do that, and if you go to securitycompliance.thinkific.com, you'll see my course, and you'll see the course description. I'll put it in the description below how you can get this, and it breaks down exactly how to put your resume in there, exactly what kind of keywords they're looking for. You should not have a job. You should not have a hard time finding a job. And your first step, man, you don't even have to get my course, man. You can just go here, go to Indeed.com, type in Security Plus. It's going to take some legwork on your part. And you go through here and find one of these jobs right here. Like this one right here, doesn't look like they need you to have a degree or anything. They're just looking for a Security Plus. And then there's other ones here. Tons of jobs all over the country for this kind of stuff, especially if you already have a Security Plus. Now, some of these are security officer jobs. Let me see if I can find a actual Comptia job, because I think some of these are security, like physical security jobs. Let me see, Comptia Security Plus. There we go. This is more like it. See, these are gonna they're wanting you to have more experience. So these ones are like, yeah, these are like 7 years of experience. Here's how you search it. Here's another way you can search it. Help desk support. This is the kind of job that you want to get right here. Help desk support. This is service desk help desk engineer. This one's looking for 7 years of experience. You don't want that. You want a low level job, like a low level job where they'll take you in and they'll teach you from scratch. That's the kind of job that I would look for if I was in your position. Because that, man, honestly, I was in the military, and one of the positions I took that was extremely foundational to my knowledge base was like a low-level help desk job. I mean, I learned all the basics, basic troubleshooting techniques. I learned so many things about so many aspects of IT. So that's the kind of job you want to get into with a Security Plus, and you're actually further along than a lot of people are. Now this one right here. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this, but it says all they're looking for. They want 1 year of experience. So hopefully you have 1 year of experience, but if you don't, they're looking for just high school diploma. Now this one's in Florida, and once you have a driver's license, you have to be in the United States, have to be authorized to work in the United States, English. There's just a lot of jobs like this. Go to Indeed.com, type in Security Plus. Actually, type in Help Desk Support. That's one of them. Or you can also type in Field Tech is another one. Field Technician is another one. Let's see, Field Technician. Look at this one, $17 an hour. You get in there, you bust your butt, you work, you learn. Don't be one of those guys who's not willing to learn, but listen and then just learn it from scratch. Get some hands on. They'll teach you, man. Especially these jobs right here, these field techs that are for like Comptia. Not Comptia, AT&T, Comcast. Some of that's troubleshooting, and that's field work where you're driving around. This one's in Chicago, I think. So, okay, let me go to the next question. Oh, we got some people here. Let's see. We've got, hey, Instigator, what's up, man? How you doing? We've got Kenny Conjo says, yes, good step in cybersecurity. Yeah, Security Plus is a good step. Years of experience, 5, Bruce. Yep, 5 years of experience. I think you can go lower if you have a degree, a bachelor's degree. I want to say 3 years if you have a bachelor's degree. Oh, you need at least 2 years in cybersecurity career field to do a CEH. Yeah, true. And then sometimes what they'll do is they require you to have somebody has to vouch for you to get that CISSP as well. So that's another thing to consider. Ratway says, I was considering getting my Security Plus and Pen Plus, given the penetration testing course requires actual skill sets. Given the penetration test requires actual skill sets. The Security Plus is a great start, man. I would highly recommend Security Plus to start, and then go for a Pen Plus or whatever. Puff on that beat says, what are your thoughts on Comptia Pen Plus. I personally have never gotten the Pen Plus, Pen Test Plus. I know that if you're talking about doing certified ethical hacking, then the top one right now, as far as marketability is concerned, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, is CEH. In my personal opinion, many government agencies are looking for the CEH. They're not necessarily looking for anything higher than that. You have some high level teams that are looking for the OSCP and whatnot. I don't know how marketable the Pen Plus is, but we can see. Let's just check it out. I'm in Indeed.com. I'm gonna go ahead and type in Pen Test Plus. I think this is a new. I want to say it's a new certification. Yeah, let's see. Let me see if this is actually being asked for. So what I do is I go into these job descriptions, and you'll see a lot of different employers looking specifically for a certain certification. And I'm not seeing Security Pen Test Plus anywhere. Not on this first one anyway. I see CEH. You're going to see CEH a lot. CEH is the most marketable certification as far as pen testing goes. Because most people are not really asking for this one right here. This is probably the highest level one, OSCP. Super hard to get, like really hard. G-Pen I've heard of. That one's pretty, that one's very well respected. And then you got these two high level certs that almost nobody has. Well, OSCE, I've never even heard of anybody having that one. CISSP, they kind of just, if you have this, they just give you any job. Solid understanding of OWASP. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing that certification. Let me go to this next one here. Yeah, I think it's a fairly new certification, and it's just not, people just don't know about it. Oh, there it is. Okay. There's this job right here, this field free tech training and job placement for 17 and 29-year-olds. $23 an hour. Wow, that's pretty cool. There's so many opportunities, man, in this field. So many. For people who are willing to work and learn. Let's see here. Remote white hat hackers. Not seeing Security Plus. Pen Plus on this one either. But it's. Let me see. Let's look at this next one here. I'm just trying to get a feel for Pen Plus. See if it's everywhere or what. Everywhere I see Pen Test Plus, I see CEH. CEH is a hotter certification. So, you know, if you're, I think it's not, I'm not saying it's not worth getting, but if you're trying to be a pen tester, I would go for CEH. So, just my personal opinion. Okay, let's see. I don't have any certifications. It will be my first. I recently completed my master's in information assurance. Congratulations. My plan is Pen Test Plus, OSCP, and CISSP. I would say CEH instead of Pen Test Plus. Unless they have a program where they're gonna teach you, you're gonna go in there and they're gonna teach you, and then you can, because they have certain programs in college where, I'm sure you know about this, where they send their curriculum to teach that, and then they by the end of the curriculum, you go take the test, and then you have enough information, data to pass it. So if they're doing that, get it. But I'm saying as far as marketability goes, first off, the master's degree, man, that's a great move. Great move. But certification, like, it's going to put you on another level, is CEH, Security Plus, and CISSP. Those are the most marketable, 3 of the most marketable certifications that you can get. My personal opinion, just haven't been out in the field. I hardly hear about anybody having an OSCP. That's like, congratulations, that's awesome. But you could have just got a CEH and had more jobs available to you. OSCP, you get some mad props for having that one. But, props don't necessarily transfer to jobs. But yeah, that's it's a good certification though. Let's see. Kenny Conjo says, I'm almost done with my master's in cybersecurity. Congratulations. And I have a Security Plus and a CCNA right now. That's awesome. CCNA is an awesome certification. Definitely one of the best for networking. Scream says, honestly, I have my A plus and I'm working on the Network Plus, then going to the community college for an AS in cybersecurity. It's cool that they have programs where I can go to a University of Houston. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, congratulations, man. I'm glad to hear so many success stories here. That's great. Ratway says, my friend has a bachelor degree in cybersecurity and they struggled with the A plus. You know why? I'm just my 2 cents. Bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, master's degrees are very theory. They're in theory. Definitely awesome to have. Very marketable. I would always put a certification. It goes like this: experience, degree, certifications. I would always put the degree above a certification any day of the week. But Security Plus, CEH, CCNA, CISSP, all of those give you more hands-on, not hands-on, CCNA is definitely hands-on, more practical experience. Like, you have to have more practical experience to pass the certifications, and the reason the certifications are written that way, the tests are written where they're testing your knowledge of what you actually are able to do and what you know, whereas degrees are more like theory of this or that, right? I mean, granted, when I went to school, we had a lot of hands-on, so I knew a lot about firewalls when I got out, weirdly enough. So I can't say they have labs, you know, it depends on your degree, of course. Let's see. Ratway says, on federal installations, they state a Security Plus is the equivalent of a real degree in cybersecurity, because it actually teaches you the foundations of the job. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. It's like the common body of knowledge that you have to know to pass the Security Plus is more practical, right? Whereas a degree is teaching you like a lot of theories and it gives you a lot of context. And unless you have a lot of labs, it's just not going to be a lot of hands-on stuff. And I still put a degree way above a certification, so don't get me wrong. Scream says, there was a dude in Security Plus class saying that it is, what is an IP address? And I shook my head. Hey man, everybody got to start somewhere. Ratway says, I hate being help desk support. Me too. I hated it. not a people person. Now, I love to help people. It's just not all people are nice. You know what I mean? Let me answer some more of these questions here. I feel I've been neglecting some of my comments, and I apologize for that, guys. I'm just busy with a lot of other stuff. IT Security Lab says, here's an overview of the SD-WAN. Okay, that he's talking about. I was talking about SD-WANs and stuff, so he's just giving some information. That's great. And then David Gerton says, infra equals infrastructure. Okay, I didn't know what that meant when I was reading one of the descriptions, job descriptions, and it said infra. So thanks for that, David. Okay, I'm gonna skip that one. That's a VA question. Another VA. Is that another VA question? No, it's not. Okay. Mr. Campbell or Mr. Campbell says, hey Bruce, I just retired from the Army and I just got a position on Fort Carson working with the NEC. That's like a help desk support on military installations. My question is, how long did you do the help desk for before you moved up? That's a good question. I got mine in the military. My experience in the military, Air Force. I was in COM. That's what they call it when I was in. And my first on-the-job training, first job was help desk. Service desks. is what we call it, service desk. And I did that for about a year. I did it for about a year, and then I got moved to, what did I start doing? I started doing like a little bit of like routers and switches. I started doing a little bit of that, and then the meat of my experience started going towards. I was a messaging technician. I don't even know if they have that anymore, but what we would do is route messages. I can't even talk about that much. We would route messages from base to base. That much I can tell you. But then I start doing, in that messaging technician role, I start doing authorization agreements. Now they call them system security plans. So I did it for about a year to answer your question. So thanks for that. Thanks for asking that. Appreciate that. Leon Phelps says, I am officially CISSP as of February, and I just started my job search, and I'm signing up for your course for some tips and guidance. I need those 6 figures in my life. Well, if you got a CISSP, man, you are on your way. Congrats on that. That's a big win, CISSP. Ratway says, okay, I got some more questions here. Whoa, I didn't expect so many questions here. This is crazy. Ratway says, started, but the Pentest Plus is equal to the CISSP Plus and is a step outside of the CASSP. CASSP is a really good certification, man. I mean, I've never taken the CASSP. I know it's from Comptia, but the government is putting the CASSP on the same level as the CISSP. So right now, the CASSP is cheaper. It's an easier test. It's from Comptia, which I assume means it's easier. I would go with the CASSP if you have a choice. CASSP is more respected in the federal government. I'll just put you that way. Let me see here. Scream says, what's possible way of finding someone to vouch for you? I mean, I just reached out to some of my old bosses. Is what I did. I would reach out to old bosses that had CISSPs and just tell them, hey man, I got a CISSP. Could you send me that authorization letter? I can't remember what it's called. What is it called? Anybody out there remember? It's been a long time since I got a CISSP. It's been I got it in 2006, so it's not my first rodeo show. But there's a letter that what is it called? It's a letter that you have them sign. You fill out. They fill out for you, and then they send it to vouch for you. I just ask any CISSP that you've known. Normally they'll vouch for you. So Kenny says, Security Plus isn't so difficult if you study properly. Most questions are common sense if you thoroughly study and prepare for the book. Yeah, it's pretty solid, man. It's pretty straightforward. Security Plus, you just get that common body of knowledge, and any of the books that you have out there on Amazon or in Barnes and Noble, you can just, there's tons of sites that have testing questions, like thousands of testing questions. The main thing is to kind of understand the premise of what they're saying in each domain, and then you can it's pretty straight. It's not like the CISSP where they're throwing you all these curveballs and stuff, and like they're asking you, there's 2 questions that are right and they want the most right question and all that kind of crap. The right way says CASP or CISSP. I will go with CASP. And CISSP is more respected in more industries. When I say industries, I mean like you got federal, which is like public sector, and then you got private sector, and then you've got financial sector. You've got all these different industries, right? All of them respect the CISSP, almost without question. There's some that kind of put CISM over CISSP. There's some that, all of them, though, know what CISSP is, so you cannot go wrong with CISSP. However, CASP is an easier certification. It's cheaper. I believe it's still cheaper. It's just a better, and then the federal government puts it on the same level as CISSP. So if I had to go back, I'd probably do the CASP now. Andy, how you doing, man? Good evening. Andy says, found a local school that helps me to get a full associate's and bachelor's degree under $10,000. Man, that's awesome. I would also look into doing community college. What I did was I went to community college in Sacramento, where I'm from, and went to community college, got a few credits, and then when I went to the military, those credits transferred into my associate's degree, and then the associate's degree credits rolled into a bachelor's degree at a private college. That's what I did. So that saved me some money. Community colleges are dope because they're way cheaper. Let's see. Finding Harpoon says studying for the Security Plus now. Yeah, you'll get through it, man. Good stuff. Andy says going in cybersecurity. Oh man, that's great, man. There's so many jobs in cybersecurity. It's a great opportunity right now, man. It's hot. It's not dying down at all, man. It's not dying down at all. BJ says, hi Bruce, first time participating here. Been in IT since '99. Whoa. So you're on my level. you're about my age then. PC tech, help desk, service desk, and currently system support administrator. And I'm about to finish my IT security bachelor's degree. That's great, man. You know, bachelor's degree. I've been at this for a while, and the things that like I noticed I leveled up with certain things that happened. Like I leveled up, like the things that like really were game changers were like the bachelor's degree was a game changer. Like as soon as I put that on my resume, there's so many opportunities and doors that opened up with just that. And then Security Plus was also a big deal. I didn't realize it at the time, but when I put it on my resume, it was definitely a big deal. Having about a year of experience is also a big deal. A year of experience, right? At least a year. And then after that, it's like 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It goes like in these leaps and bounds. One of the biggest changes I saw, though, was the CISSP. No joke. And I bet you, because of the marketability of it, Security Plus, CEH, and CISSP. Best. And then CASP, because federal government puts it on the same level as a CISSP. In my opinion, and from what I have seen in the industry, they're the most marketable certifications. I'm sure there's other ones I'm not thinking of, but those are the ones that I've seen. BJ says, looking for a good online cybersecurity master's degree program. Any suggestions, recommendations? Okay, you're probably going to laugh when I say this, and people make jokes about it all the time. I was just watching, what's that show called? Patriot Act on Netflix. Good show, by the way. Great comedy. Very, very informative. Anyway, he made fun of the University of Phoenix because it's an online certification. It's not cheap either, but I would recommend that one. But there's some other ones that are better than the University of Phoenix. That's the one I did. Webster is a good one. Anybody else know of any other good ones? There's some way better ones that I wish I would have known about, but Webster College is one. I'm trying to think of some other ones that are really good online master's degree cybersecurity courses. It's funny because people make fun of the online security courses, but honestly, man, when I put University of Phoenix on my resume, all they saw is bachelor's degree. Because it's not like you say, it's not like they're like, oh, we need somebody. Okay, he has a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, but we need somebody from Harvard. You know, that's not what happens. You know, we need somebody from Columbia. No. They just need, like, honestly, this market is starving for new people. They don't care where you got the degree from. You know, as long as it's an accredited college, you know, it can't be a fake degree off of, you know, somewhere. But as long as it's a American Military University master's degree. So, yeah, as long as it's an accredited college, then that's what matters, man. not like, oh, you got it from University of Phoenix. No, you can't. No, man. As long as it's an accredited degree in cybersecurity in some technical field. Now, honestly, if it's a liberal arts degree, bachelor's degree, they're probably not gonna, it's not gonna. Most jobs are not gonna accept that unless you have a CISSP or a CASP or a Security Plus or whatever to go with that degree. Then maybe. But normally, if you go to any of these jobs here on LinkedIn or on Indeed.com, they want you to have a degree in that field or an associated field. Like it can be in engineering, maybe system engineering. It can be in electrical engineering. It can be in any number of things if it's technical, because they know that you have some idea of how to troubleshoot, and there's a certain mindset that it takes to do this job. You know what I mean? Let's see. Kenny Conjo says, BJ, there are far too many online universities. I would go with the university that you can afford with good ratings. Google is your friend. Yeah, so there's lots, man. I am not one of these people who bashes online degrees. I had one, and I was not treated any different than anyone else. Just get something that one of the problems with University of Phoenix and some of the other private colleges is that they're too expensive. You don't have to spend more money. Like, you can get a decently priced online certification degree it's accredited, man. So just make sure it's accredited. That's the only thing I would say. Let's see. Puff on that beat says, Kenny, right, always check the accreditation, man. Always. Regional accreditation. Kenny Conjo says, BJ, even when you are looking or working within the information technology, you will be surprised how much Google is utilized. Are you kidding me? Yes. Google is your freaking friend. I'm telling you, man. There's no way you can know the amount of knowledge you have to know to do this job. All of us use it. So, from the very technical guys to the not so technical guys like myself. Kenny Conjo says, more years of experience with certifications, the paychecks will be fattened in your bank account. Yep, I agree with that. BJ says, thanks, Bruce. Your advice is much appreciated. Thank you, man. Thanks for the question. Speaking of questions, let me answer some more of these comments. Let's see. Okay, there's some scammer information here. Ashu Rana says, just started at a vulnerability management startup. Any thoughts on how to quickly learn? Google. Looking at videos and YouTube and in the library into courses. I don't know what cybrary. Wow, did a cybrary into course? I never heard of that. Also planning to have a course in EDX. Any information is greatly appreciated. Basically, want to understand what the rest of the industry is doing so that I can provide good feedback on our product. Okay. What would I do in that situation? Vulnerability management. That's like patches and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not super deep on the patching thing. I mean, I do work a lot with our patching team. I have to know some stuff, but as far as the technical, like in the background, how the patches are pushed or something, I would not. I could tell you tons of resources on risk management framework, but vulnerability management, there's a couple places I would recommend that I would look. And I'm just going to leave a note here to him and say the NIST 800 series has practical guidance. Has some guidance on this. Then there's tons of other guidance too. I would also check the DoD has an awesome research, and so does the National Security Agency, and they put it public. This isn't like, you don't have to have like a cat card or anything to get into those sites. It's publicly available information, and it has best practices. And I'll say these sites have lots of free best practice, and so the best practice is gonna lead you in the right direction on what to learn, what to know, where to get more information. Best practices on where to lots of free information on best practices for all industries. Let me see if I can find a good resource for them. Let me see if I can find one. There's one called National Security. IASE is a good site. Deal is from DISA. This site everybody uses. So many people use this resource right here. In the aerospace industry and many other industries use this one, so I would highly recommend this one. This site has some technical guides, and then there's some other ones too. I'll put them there later. For now, just give them that. It'll let me. Okay, there we go. Let me see what else. What other things do we have here? Looking for a couple more questions. What do you think of online school cybersecurity and software engineering? Okay, I think that they're awesome. We've been talking about them. I personally went to an online. It was partly online. It wasn't 100% online. It was like 50% online. Some of the work we did was online, but most of it was in class. So I'll say probably 40% of it was online. It was beneficial. Just make sure it's accredited. Just make sure it is accredited. Otherwise, it doesn't mean much. I mean, you might still learn some stuff, but that's one thing they will check. If it's a university they've never seen before, they'll be like, "Wait a minute, is this a real place?" And then they look it up, and you don't really have one. That's bad. That's bad mojo right there. All right. BJ says, thanks Bruce for your advice. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Okay. Conjo says, I'm doing my master's degree through American Military University. That's awesome. Another good website for careers is USA Jobs. Yep, that's really good for federal jobs, especially. Fighting says Ashworth College. Never heard of it. But yeah, I would do research on that. Conjo says, check out Professor Messer. Also a suggestion for those who want training besides this good brother Bruce. He comes up in my we often get referred together, so that's interesting. I'm not checked out his content. Kenny Conjo says, yes, I know that site for sure. All right, let me do a couple more of these and then I'm out of here. Hello, what do you know about the CISSP? Okay, let me answer this one real quick. I'm going to say, I know that the CISSP is considered to be equal to the CISSP by many federal agencies. agencies. And it is by Comptia. I think it's it is a respected cert. Okay, let me make sure I'm considered by many. And agencies, did I spell wrong? Agencies? Really? Comptia, pretty sure I spelled that wrong. There we go. Alright guys, hey, thanks for watching. You guys, appreciate you guys so much. I wanted to do something a little bit different because we're about to hit 3,000 on this channel. I'm gonna definitely answer more questions. And if you guys like this, if you're watching this in the future, you missed this live. If you like this kind of stuff, like me us just shooting it, just talking and answering questions and stuff, and me talking, interacting with the audience, I can do this more often. I just didn't know, you know, I don't know that there's a need for it, but if so, I can do this more often. Just let me know. Appreciate you guys. And remember, if you want more information, you want to dig deeper into this kind of stuff, I got these courses here right now. I've got it's more detailed. Now I got some free downloads and stuff if you want to know like more about the 837 and some of the new changes that have taken place. If you want to know more about 853 and some of the new changes that have taken place on that, you can get this for free. All you got to do is sign up for the course, and then you can download it, go through that little course right there. But also, I've got CyberSecurity, how to get in and how to get up to 6 figures. This is how I did it. It has worked for me more than once. If you're interested, check it out. It's a breakdown of the videos. Walks you right through how I did it, how I searched, my whole mentality, everything. It's pretty detailed. And then I also have one on how I was able to land multiple jobs doing remote work. I've been working remotely for like 4 years, man. I love it. I freaking love it. It's 30 bucks, guys. 30 bucks. Nobody's talking about how to do it. I walk you right through how to do it. You should check it out. And you can always ask me questions. And from time to time, I'll do a video that's exclusively for that. And I don't put it on YouTube. So just go check those things out if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in more courses, I can do one on risk management framework. I'm thinking about doing one on the ISC2 CAP course. I'm not going to do one on Security Plus or CISSP because I'm sick and tired of looking at that stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. But okay, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you for sitting here with me. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Kenny Conjo, for your questions, man. Thanks for all of your inputs on that. Thanks for helping me out in this one. And BJ, thanks for your questions. Ratway, thank you for your questions. Andy, thanks for visiting. Everybody else, appreciate you guys. And let's keep it going.